Yo, yo, yeah, man, we doing a sneak live off the Rippy. Yo, need to make sure the volume working because you know this volume shit get to acting crazy. Gotta check it out real quick. We checking the volume. Yo, yeah, this is working. We gotta connect. Hey, listen, I was on my man Norb's John. He my man's, but when niggas don't want to understand facts, it, hey, blood, it's on you. I can't do nothing for you, my nigga. Like I can only read to you what's on the paper. Like I'm not affiliated with what you affiliated with. That's why you need a lawyer. I'm a national. I'm not a citizen, bro. That like niggas think that shit is a joke, but it's not. I'm only describing what's on the tax paper. It's on the tax document. Like, so I mean, you could be mad. I mean, it's on you. Like, and that's when I start realizing it don't matter what you tell somebody. A slave is a slave. Just what it is. I love my niggas, but when you a slave, you a slave, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing. We gonna run the music real quick before we get to John started. Like, I try to tell them, I try to give them the information.
Special time of the day. It's the best time of the day. You
I
not
just
rock
try
and
to give
rolling
them the
with your
large
main man, my
picture.
dig, and my dog Troy King. Pipe down and turn this up, man. Yeah. Third eye open. Focus. Yeah. Roll my tree just smoking. Everything potent. Say what I want, no glucose, no sugar coating. I break it down. I do my history. Plus, I'm the truth and I'm super sharp mentally. Boy, I'm a god, you're not seeing me physically. Plus, I stop you. I'm talking about literally. Me and my shorty, so don't see the chemistry.
Hey, blood, that's on them.
Y'all can never take
It ain't on me.
Writing on the wall, plus I'm still a dog. Half of it, I don't let you see. Rocker Koofy with the shades on, dog. Nobody coming after me. It might be an
It
actual
ain't on me.
I know that you mad, cause I got my own clientele, ain't got that bag. You know who I'm talking to, cause boy, I beat your ass. I see you mad, I got that bag.
I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just here to report it. I'm just here to report it. You have to argue with your mama about the facts. I'm just here to report them. And that's why they say you shouldn't cast pearls to swine. To swine. You shouldn't do it. But hey, that's what they be asking for. I'm just gonna keep giving them the work, dog. I'm not gonna act crazy with it. I'm gonna just give them what they need. Pause. Again, let niggas act crazy. Like I'm not gonna act crazy with you. I'm gonna read it off the paper and let you read the paperwork, and then you figure it out. You figure it out and think it's a joke. Like you don't know that these things exist. Fake boxing concerning a lot of fighters now, cornering a lot of fighters now. It only dies down when niggas start ducking work. Yeah, now they got that anti-duck law the WBO got. You turn down a fight with a champion, you out the rankings. You gone. Get out here and get to work. Stop acting like you worth more than what you worth. Now you done. You got to work all the way back up to the top. Now what? Why you not in shape? So that means you got to be in shape all day. Because you can't even, you can't turn down no work, bud. You can't turn down no work. And that's the thing. Before we even get to that Sugar Shane Mosley work and that Sugar Shane Mosley and Winky Wright, that film study was done, but they blocked it. But what was the gist of what was going on is Winky Wright, you have Shane Mosley that had a daddy trainer who never boxed, and Winky Wright had a coach who had experience in boxing, and they trained him to have a good jab. And Shane Mosley did not know how to slip the jab to execute his own jab on a left-hander as being the shorter fighter. He was trying to go in there and knock him out off rip. Was good. Hamza spelled with a K. Hamza. Yeah, so like that was the problem at the time. And that's just it in its entirety. You move in any fight, you must establish the jab and dominate with the jab in the first 6 rounds of a 12-round fight so that you can have the wind and the power to break him down. Now, when I say it, what I'm saying is the jab, meaning the educated jab, the hook, the uppy, going to the guts, knowing how to work off all of that first. If you haven't landed the jab to the body, a jab to the head, a hook to the head, a hook to the body, then don't be throwing nothing else. There's nothing even worth throwing. You throwing every shot right then and there, and a uppy. And you got to be fainting. You see what I'm saying? Like these are the things that I'm seeing that these guys not doing off the rip, and y'all talking boxing. The fight over with in the first round. He not going to adjust because his dad not going to teach him to adjust because his dad never adjusted. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It is sweet when you have a certain type of advantage in boxing because there's weight classes for a reason. But then when you get up in weight, your skills have to pay. And when you don't have them, you don't have them. Now you're stuck. You don't know how to make the weight because nobody you ever... Listen, if you got to hire somebody to help you make weight, you're incompetent in the sport of boxing. That's just it. I don't need nobody to help cut no weight for no scrap. Like, you eat what I tell you to eat, you own weight, you strong, you ripped, you diesel. I've done it. So then he gonna say you was never signed. This is how Norbs, how they try to play you. You never was signed to a major corporation. I didn't have to be. They are the same contracts. A major corporation is not a sentient being. They not putting nothing up for equal consideration. They creating the debt of your securities. That's the law. You don't know that. I laugh at you. It's cool. You don't have to know it. Bring the lawyer here. What equal consideration did he put up? That's why I'm going to just ask you some questions about binding a contract. When Teofimo put up the contract with Top Rank, what did Top Rank put up? Okay, was it equal consideration? Then, was it 2 wet ink signatures? Was it full disclosure? And was the contract based on lawful terms and conditions? It was not. So that's not a binding contract. That's the law. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's United States law, UCC law, contract law. Actually, I got you. Hold on. Oh, my man, Wiz in the building. Okay. Thank you, bro. You got to make yourself known. Oh, shout out to my man from Harlem, Omar. Oh, I call him O. Well, evidently, he O Wiz. Hold on. I'll read you something from the security agreement. These are applicable laws. The contract and security agreement is the law, and the law and the contract is and the law is the contract and security agreement. The guidelines for the laws of the contract and this security agreement is the mutual assent and agreement of the parties expressed by the contract and security agreement. It was modeled after, created from, and is supported by private international law in accord with the law of nations, international and domestic laws, supported by the Administrative Procedures Act, the Civil Procedures Act, the Uniform Commercial Code, as adopted by international and state legislation of all United States. So, like, when niggas is running their mouth, I'll just be laughing at them because I'm telling you, once I pull out some paper and you still laughing, you the dummy, and it's not me. I'll keep reading. And unwritten by common law. Contract law, I'll start over. Supported by Administrative Procedures Act, Civil Procedures Act, and the Uniform Commercial Code, which is District Code 28 in the United States codes, laws, if you're a United States attorney, as adopted by the international and state legislation, meaning every state has this in their laws, codex down, because they're owned by the Union of the United States, of all United States, and unwritten by common law. Contract law, canon law. Canon law is Christian, that's Roman civil law, canon law. Then you got constitutional law. So, like, you actually violate my constitutional rights with these contracts. Then merchant law, meaning I got the right to make money. Property and estate law, meaning my DNA, my property, putting a wage on my labor. I don't want to fight. That's not enough for me. Estate law, meaning I got my own estate or trust fund. Statutory law, meaning state laws again. Civil law, Martin Luther King, able to do business. Tort law, hurt, a crime. You hurt my corporation. Commercial law, commercial real estate, money. Trade law, trading, signing a contract, giving you my securities so you could create a debt in my name. What the fuck? Like, bro, what do niggas be talking about on these platforms, bro? I'm just telling you what this paperwork say and explaining it to you through what a lawyer would be explaining. Judiciary laws, hold on, merchant law, property in the state, statutory, tort, commercial, trade law, judiciary laws, securities law, and legislative law. I just said what your securities are. Your securities are United States treasuries, which are bills, government bills, bonds, or notes, which is dollars, nigga. Fiat paper, notes, promissory notes, contracts. Executive law, meaning when you own when you're an executive administrator of an estate. And most other forms of law in most all jurisdictions and venues, it conforms to almost all ABC organizations and agencies, including GAAP. Man, it's so much SIGs, case law, meaning Supreme Court, aka stare decisis, supports this contract security agreement, but it is not ever cited for good cause. Common law is only superseded by equity law when common law does not provide for remedy, meaning We got to see who got the most equity in what you doing. You don't know that, but then you acting like you know that. That's why you need a lawyer. You don't have equity into nothing. You don't have full equity. That's why. I mean, it's just what it is. Top Rank got some of the best lawyers. That term is a misnomer. That term is a misnomer. That term is a misnomer. A lawyer responds on hearsay, and he's just good at processing law. They don't even know the law. That's what's crazy. Attorneys just have the right to defend people in court, and that's why I was saying about talking about it. It's just like so much information just in this little business I find for $750. I filed this so I can have knowledge and wisdom of being a secure party creditor. First trustee information. You're not the trustee of your own name. So you can't, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're not the trustee of your own name, blood. Somebody else is. And that's why you need a lawyer. And listen, you can laugh, you can joke. That's a fact, bro. Anybody I hire is just an independent contractor and part of my council. I have so much information from Alameda County and me putting them in the bags. It's all on here on the internet. And niggas don't even know that. Like, I put lawyers in bags to where they be pulling moves in court and just doing shit and I done filed complaints. And that's what I'm saying. This shit fake, bro. Y'all niggas are slaves to this shit. They think they moving to Atlanta because it's really free, but it's not. They are part of the union, bro. They still got its laws involved. I mean, think what you want, believe what you want, understand and comprehend. There's laws of the United States. Actually, let me show you. It come right up. I'm gonna just show you, blood. They ain't gonna ban this. Y'all want to get to some work? Get to it. Here we go. The Office of Legislation Revision Council, United States Code. Who know this? Who know this? We talking about how Tiafimo was in a contract. Who know this? Who know these laws? General provisions. The Congress, the president, flag the seal, seat of the government, the states, this domestic security, agriculture, aliens and nationality, the armed forces, bankruptcy. You don't know the laws of the United States who control all 50? What are you talking about? You know these? It's levels. It's levels, bud. It's levels. It's levels. It's levels, my G. It's levels. It's levels. It's levels, man. I try to tell them all the time, it's levels. All of these codes right here you looking at are contracts. They're for contracts. Ain't none of this got to do with common law. Common law is the reason why these exist. Look, labor. Look, judiciary and judicial procedure, Title 28. Look how big Title 28 is. Title 28, mineral lands and mining, money and finance, National Guard. Look at all of this, dog. Railroads, public printing and documents, public lands, public health and welfare, public contracts. Public mean corporate. Public buildings, property and works, postal service, veterans benefits, pay and allowance of uniformed services, patriot like patents, crime and control and law enforcement, navigation and navigable waters, the Navy. You never looked at this. Never. My bad. That's Title 29. Hold on. Let me make sure I hit Title 28. Yeah, I was making sure. Yeah, that's Title 28. Look, this Title 28 got 6 parts. Organization of courts, Department of Justice, court officers and employees, jurisdiction and venue, procedure. This is all got to do with contract, bro. This is the Uniform Commercial Code. Look, money and finance, budget and process, finance, money. You go to money. It give you all the little things for money. Hold on, where's money? Right here. Coins and currency. Money transactions. Let's go to coins and currency. Look, all the subdivisions. You niggas ain't even read this to understand contract. So look, this is the table of contents. You can print this out. Look. Value of United States money holdings and international institution. State taxation. Like, you read this? United States currency notes, 5115. Hold on. This is what I really be doing. If y'all want to know, like, I just talk boxing because y'all want somebody to talk boxing, but 5115. All right, that's what we looking for. What section is this? Amendments. I'm just looking for the section. I'm used to seeing it on my phone. Oh, we passed it. No, we're not there yet. Denomination specifications, we at 5112. I'm looking for 5115. I just seen some information. I passed it up. Just be patient. See, this is the thing where you gotta be the time where you gotta be really willing to go into the crates and really learn something. Like niggas don't be want to learn that. So like niggas will fall off from that. Engraving and printing currency and security documents. So that means currency has to do with a security document. Because your security document will be a contract you signed. Look, the United States currency has an inscription, "In God we trust," in the place of the secretary decides is appropriate. Only the portrait of the deceased individual may appear on the United States currency and securities. The name of the individual shall be inscribed below of the portrait. Did you know that? Look, United States currency and notes. The Secretary of Treasury may issue United States currency notes. The notes are payable to bearer. Who is the bearer? The person who gave up the information. Now we into the nitty gritty of a contract. The person who gave up the information is the bearer. Hold on. I'm about to show you the other one. Here we go right here. This where we at. I had to find it real quick. You see, we have 5115 United States currency notes. The Secretary of Treasury may issue United States currency. The notes are payable to bearer. You listen, who is the bearer? See, now it get to where you got to understand what's going on. I gotta update my phone again. Now you gotta understand what's going on. Like you don't even know what's going on now, and you talking about who's the bearer of the contract. We talking about contracts now. Who's the bearer of a contract? This is how you know, because the note is the contract. The note is a piece of paper with words written on it stating you're going to do something. So now what? What is we talking about? Because my man said he knew. And right here, it says, number 2, shall be in the form in the denominations of at least $1 that the secretary prescribes. B, the amount of United States currency notes outstanding in a circulation may not be more than 300,000 and may not be held and used for a reserve. Did you know that? You can't hold them notes like that. You can't have a note worth more than 300,000. In the sections, the words United States currency are substituted for United States notes for clarity and consistency in the revised title. So then you go down. In the subsection before B, in the word in circulation are substituted to be in use as a part of a circulation medium, meaning creating and filing it. So then circulation, once you start working the contract, the words in clause, the words the sum of are omitted as a surplus. The words which said some shall appear each monthly statement of the public debt. You see how they omitted? That's not full disclosure. Or off rip. Right there, if Tiafimo didn't know that, the contract is null and void because he don't know the sum. of anything. He don't know how much money they truly making off his name from what Top Rank doing with his name. Those are the facts. You said film studies all year. Those are the facts, but believe what you want. Hit my cash app. Like they don't know that. Look, buying gold and silver with the approval of the president, the secretary of the treasury may buy silver and gold at amounts at the rates and condition. So like they got mad gold and so they buying it. Buy the gold with the direct obligations. You don't even know who's the obligee or the obligor. Like there's so much language, and that's why my man is talking about the language. My nigga, you don't know the language. That's why you need a lawyer. You don't know the language. You don't know it. You don't know the language. District 28 is Uniform Commercial Code. So you can perform. Title 18 got to do with criminal procedures. And Title 15 is with tax, commerce, and trade. Falsely stamped gold and silver or gold manufactured. Weights and measurements at standard time. China trade. Trademarks. You don't know public utility and holding companies. Security exchanges. The security exchange, security and trust indentures. Monopolies and combinations and restraint of trade, meaning you can put somebody's shit on hold because you using their names and trade it. All these CDs is trust fund companies, man. Niggas don't know that. Federal Trading Commission for Promotion and Export and Trade Prevention and Unfair Methods of Competition, meaning people but I don't even want to get into it because it's going to get boring because people don't even know the jargon and all they saying is basically this is what Elon Musk is kind of in comparison what he was suing Bill Gates for in the public because Bill Gates is trying to put out AI and they using unfair practices in competition with each other and trying to rush and do things when it's not even been sought, when not even been the tests have not been totally ran to say it's safe. Those are the facts. You could joke, you could try to come up with all this intricate shit. At the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. At the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter because these are the laws, the monopolies and the combinations. You see what I'm saying? This is it. This is what they be doing. Monopolies and combinations and restraint of trade. Meaning, like, when somebody, your trade is what you do to make bread. Tiafimo can use that any time he wants to. Top Rank cannot force him into anything. And then that's why the contract is null and void. You got to understand the laws of the United States. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with what a lawyer is saying. So all lawyers have to come under the United States Union. Hey, it's on you. It has nothing to do with me. I'm going to just take you to the information so you can stop running your mouth and just get into a book. And then here go all the sub chapters. Foreign securities, meaning foreign to anybody. Like when you go to PG&E or First Energy Corp, those are foreign securities. Those are foreign entities. Security exchanges, meaning when I give you my name, my social security number. I exchanged a secure. Hey, you can't even do nothing without your social or some type of entity number. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do nothing with that without that. So once you know that, how are you gonna get securities, which is money? Which is money. Hold on. We gonna help y'all. We gonna help you. We gonna help you. All right. We're gonna go to Investopedia so you can understand what a security is. The term security. Nope. They try to take me somewhere I did not want to go. I want to go to here. What are financial securities? Examples, types, regulation, and importance. You see this? Hold on. All right. You see here, what are securities? Not what I'm saying, is what it's literally saying on Investopedia. The term security refers to a multitude of different investments, such as stocks, bonds, investment contracts, notes, and derivatives. For example, a security can represent ownership in a corporation in the form of a stock, a creditor relationship. If now I'm gonna finish reading that. And with the governmental body. Look at this part right here. This is the important part. A creditor relationship with the governmental body in the form of a corporation. The creditor's relationship with a governmental body or a corporation in the form of a bond, which means y'all come together, or rights to ownership in the form of an option. A creditor. You know what a creditor is? A creditor. A secure party creditor. That means a person who gives up information to get a debt made. So when you go to the bank, and you say, hey, I want to get a loan. They say, what's your name? Then they'll say, give me your ID. Right then, you giving up security information so they could create a debt. You're loaning them something right then and there. That was the first loan. So that's what they're saying, a creditor relationship. A creditor relationship. You are the original creditor. Key takeaways. Securities are fungible and tradable financial instruments. Your Social Security is a financial instrument used in trade so you can get notes, Federal Reserve notes, capital, instruments used to raise capital and in public and private markets. I'm a private market. So I'm going to let y'all rest on that because we was talking about contracts. We talking about contracts in boxing and how to understand them. So when T.O. is signing a contract, you can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Understanding contracts. Understanding contracts. Understanding contracts, dog. That's what we doing. Change the title. We go back. There are primarily three types of securities. Equity, which provides ownership rights to the holders. Remember when I just read equity law? You got to know that. If you don't know equity law, blood, it binds you to what you contracts are bound to what you don't know. Like contracts are bound to what you don't know. Yeah, so like this is an example of ownership, right to the holders, debt, essentially loans repaid with periodic payments, and hybrids, which combine aspects of debt and equity. That's the part where they explain debt in that manner, so you don't know that debt to is not debt to you. See, that's why they explain it in that manner. You went into debt when you loan your information out, meaning you gave your information up so they can create a debt in your name. The debt is the contract and the labor that you owe for that contract. That's the debt. In turn, Top Rank gave you a little whatever amount of money, and then they're supposed to pay you for what you worth according to what you can accrue from your name. They're supposed to be promoting you. They're not promoting you properly. So it makes you not be able to accrue credit, which now you're in debt to a contract through your labor. That's why they explain it like that. Essentially, loans repaid with periodic payments. The periodic payments meaning that if you sign a 5-contract deal with Top Rank, did they give you all the money up front? Right then and there. How much am I worth? Well, just give me all of it right now. And then I'll fight them. And then we'll work out the back end. They're not doing that. They're breaking it up in hybrids. Next, more key takeaways. Public sales of securities are regulated by the Security Exchange Commission. That means your securities are social. Your name, address, social security number, your name, Teofimo Lopez, that's your security. They ask you that when they call you saying that you owe money to somebody. When you owe a debt, those are the facts. It says self-regulatory organizations such as the NASD, the NFA, FINRA, which is a company that works with the Security Exchange Commission. They regulate your securities also play an important role in regulating derivatives of securities. A security, a fungible, negotiable financial instrument that holds some type of monetary value. Your name, your social security number. When you get a trust fund or an estate, you own your securities. Now look, this is a fact because the next part goes to the Social Security Act started in 1933. Do I got to keep going? Do I got to keep going? This is about contracts. This is why they don't have to give reparations. You have to use your securities to make money. Security Exchange Commission. Types of securities. Debt securities, meaning this is where the bag comes in. Well, my nigga Nords, real quick. A debt security is a contract. It says a debt security represents borrowed money that must be repaid. The terms that stipulate the size of the loan, interest rate, and the maturity of a renewal date, meaning he's trying to let the contract mature off the simple fact that he's not going to take a fight. Like, that's law. That's about law. He's going to let the contract expire because he's letting the debt expire. He's letting it mature. He's letting it mature. You go to maturity, bang, we bring it up in another tab. What is maturity? The date of which the principal amount of the note, draft, acceptance bond, or other debt instrument becomes due. That means we signed up for 5 fights. Top rank, you were supposed to promote 5 fights. If you're not promoting how I want you to promote because you're using my securities, the debt instrument is a contract, a draft. That's what it says. The debt instrument is a contract or a draft. You know what I'm saying? A debt instrument is a contract or a draft. So, like, that's my point of what I'm saying about the contracts in general. If you don't know contract law, you binding off what you don't know. And yeah, you probably do need a lawyer. But when you know the United States Code, you don't need a lawyer because all you got to do is let the contract mature. It don't matter if it's short. That's what he was saying. Maturity date is used to classify bonds. A bond is what you signed up with a company to do as another entity. And that's why you got to stop doing that. Like that's why you got to stop signing into contracts as your personal self, because it sort of binds you, but it doesn't, because you don't have equity into what you're doing. The United States do, the state of New York, top rank. Then you be trying to split all of that. It don't work like that. When you don't know it, it works like that. and you be stuck. You just be stuck. You just say what it is, what it is. You just be stuck. There's nothing you could do. You feel me? There's nothing, nowhere you can go. There's not gonna be nothing you can do about it. You're stuck in this position because you didn't know. So now you gotta hire a lawyer, and then y'all gotta battle opinion of law. I don't do that. Once you get a trust fund and an estate, you're an attorney. In fact, there's no an opinion. There's no public opinion. You're a private entity. So that means what you did in the private is in the private. And that's what you don't understand. When I sign up for somebody, you sign to do something with a private entity. So when we do it, it's private off rip. You don't get nothing. That's why in that it says public or private. You don't know what those terms mean. You just think like, no, it means an unincorporated organization, not a part of the union, an American organization. Like if you had a WAB, hold on, let me show you. Let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. Let me show you real quick. 1 second. One second. I'm looking for something. Like, I don't know why they just act like it just can't come up. All right. Hold on. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna do this. Let me see what happened. This is a WAB. You see right there where it say American National? I don't even know if y'all can see that. Y'all can't. Hold on. I'm trying to show y'all the screen. Let me do it like this and see. Hold on, I'm getting it together. I'm bringing up another window. See if I can show y'all what a WABN look like. Oh, you know what? I'll just look it up in the tab for you. It's important. I don't need to do that to see a form, my nigga. Oh, God, I don't need doing all of that. And they're just doing too fucking much just for me to get into. I don't need to even do that. You know what? They're making it difficult, but I'll just do it like this and bag your dumb ass. I don't care nothing about that. Man, I don't know why this shit keep popping up, but I need to uninstall this Adobe off my shit because it's getting on my fucking nerves. That's something that's just like with electronics I can't stand. Like every time I pull up something, pulling up and it got going me to sign in. I don't need it to go into Adobe and do all of that shit. I just need a picture of what I'm doing so I can bring it up. Like you don't need to be doing all of that. I just need an image. I just need an image of it. But of course, shit when I act stupid, like I really need to get into some type of Adobe filing, John. No, just pull up the image so I can see it. Example. No. Like they just not showing the whole John. The nigga just need a sample. All right, this is a good one. I could show this one. So as you can see right here, like they got your name, beneficial owner, street address, country and citizenship. Mine say American national right here. When you get down to this part, it reads that it's for broker and barter transactions, meaning you're bartering your name. You're bartering your name. Right here, it asks you, do you belong to any country, state? Canada. On this, mine is blank, me, because I don't belong to any country, state. I don't belong to anybody. And that's what it's staked down here under penalty of perjury. If you don't have one of these and an affidavit on file to go with it for your business, you bread. It don't matter what you say, you gotta have that on file. Like, that's just what it is. You gotta have it on file. If you don't have it on file, it's gonna you can't go to court and say nothing. You don't have no equity in nothing. You don't own anything. How you gonna get them the binder? How you gonna sever the bond? You signed up personally to do it, you don't own your personal self. That's what I be trying to tell people. Like, they don't even get it on that level of the contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, it contracts work in certain ways. If you don't own yourself, then yes, you don't even own you. The United States own you. The United States own you. This shit be acting so stupid, dog. I'm just gonna put it in a bag. That's literally the password. It's the only password I have for that. That's retarded. There is no other password. That's cat, dog. The fuck? Like, damn, this shit be getting on my nerves. This electronic shit is so fucking whack. Y'all think this shit lit for real. This shit trash. This shit is garbage. Fuck, I need all these codes for it, dog. Not bad. They got me doing the most. Getting the same work. Yeah, that shit was retarded, blood. Like, my shit stay logged in. But be that as it may. Be that as it may. I'll show y'all the John. The W-8ers. This is the W-8. Mine don't have all these, but a certificate of status of beneficial owner for United States tax withholding and reporting entities. Yeah, look right here, grantor trust. This is what If you don't even have the simple paperwork to the WA bin, like these parts. Oh, this is a WA bin E. They tried to play me. Hold on. Regular WA. That was my fault. I got a regular WA now. So now you see, this is a regular WA. That was a WA bin E. Name of individual who's the beneficial owner. Troy DeMond King. Troy DeMond and the King family. Country of citizenship. It would say American national right here. And then they have your permanent resident, city, state, town. Right here, I certified that the beneficial owner is a resident of. You don't put nothing right there with the meaning of the income tax treaty between the United States and that country, meaning you owned by that country. So you're not the beneficial owner. Right then and there. You come down to part 3, certifications. Under penalties and perjuries, it says, I am the individual that is a beneficial owner or am authorized to sign as the individual that is a beneficial owner. All of the income or proceeds to which this form relates, or I am using this form to document myself in Chapter 4 purposes. The person named in line 1 of this form is not a U.S. person. Right then and there, letting you know, I have no ties with them Negroes for real. Says this form relates to income not effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business in the United States. Income not effectively connected. Do you understand that? If you don't even have that on file, you connected. You don't have complete equity. You got confused in sparring because you was in there with somebody who confused you. You execute your jab, bro, and go back to your jab and improve your defense. You learn the craft. You find out what he was doing, and then you watch something that happened in a fight, and then you see what they were doing to neutralize it, and then you do it. It's that simple. Then it says B, the income effectively connected with the conduct of a trade business. Listen, of income effectively connected with the conduct of a trade business in the United States, but is not subject to tax under an applicable income treaty, meaning you're not subject to any taxes. C, the partner's share or the partnership effectively connected to taxable income, or the partner's amount realized from a transfer of a partnership interest subject to withholding, meaning you can be a partner with the entity that you can control, that you're controlling, meaning you can only have 50% ownership, which makes you a partner in the entity because the entity is not you in itself. The partner's amount realized from transfer, meaning the business is transferring you money so you can do more business for your partner. Look, the black dot. The person named in line 1 of this form is a resident of the treaty country listed in line 9 of this form, if any, within the meaning of the income tax treaty between the United States and that country, and for broker transactions and barter exchanges. The beneficial owner is an exempt foreign person as defined in the instructions. So do you get that? Do you get it? That's what they state. That's why you got to be secured. Like if you're not secured, you don't know your contracts, and your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are going to be bothered because the language in the contract is not even about that language in the contract per se. Hey, blood, what is going on? What is going on, blood? Hey, Akai, your man shitting again. He's just shitting right here, so niggas gotta get it together, blood. I literally smelt it. Like, he's shitting, blood. It's whatever. I keep telling niggas, you just can't feed a dog anything. Like, niggas think they can do that. Niggas be just feeding him anything. Like, well, it's gonna be there. But yeah, so that was, that's it. I'm about to get my life together. What time is it? Go to this grocery store, grab something to eat, grab some food. You know what I mean? Like, so we'll figure it out. But when it comes to contracts are easily breachable. You just got to know the laws and terms and the conditions. Like, and if they're not based on lawful terms and conditions, then the contract is easily breachable. Because you didn't have full disclosure and top rank, can't sign a contract to bind it. Like anybody thinking that you drunk, like that's not it. And when you got your own estate, like, and that's why you don't sign up for nothing as TO. And this is why credit, yeah. This is why you gotta know the law.
I just stepped on it too. I just stepped on his pee. My dad said put him outside.
With what?
With his leash.
No, that's for you to do. That's for you to do.
Oh!
Put him outside on his leash.
That stink.
Tell him night. But yeah, you gotta know contract law. If you don't know contracts, you're gonna be binded to the contract.
Night.
Off the simple fact that you don't even know why you bind it. So what T.O. is just gonna do, what T.O. is just gonna do is just gonna sit it out. He's just gonna sit it out. It's not he's not bothered by it. He's just gonna sit out the contract. You gotta get him together. So yeah, that's about it. I'm about to go to the grocery store, grab me something to eat, because I'm hungry. And I want to make me a mushroom sandwich. Because mushrooms is fire. Listen, I eat them every day. Get on your mushrooms, dog. I'm about to go get me some white mushrooms. I'll fry them Johns up and have a mushroom sandwich with a nice maybe like a baked potato or something. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You get a nice little baked potato. Get it going. You know what I mean? So y'all be easy. We'll be back to do another one. We was just getting on here to talk about contracts real quick and understanding what is a binding contract and the facts of contracts and knowing how to invest and knowing what to do with your security information that you putting on a promissory note. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you promise to do this labor. That's all they saying. I'm in Hood Tech.